Attention, investors. Your government just tried to buy a piece of the stock market. We are talking about Lithium Americas. Their stock went completely parabolic, jumping nearly 100% after hours because the U.S. government stepped in. This is not some small tweak to a loan. Washington is demanding an ownership stake, up to 10%, in Lithium Americas. Why? Because this company controls a monster asset, the Thacker Pass mine in Nevada. This project is the key to breaking China's chokehold on lithium. But this radical government move has a hidden financial consequence for every shareholder. I will break down the exact risk and the huge complication this creates for GM at the end of this video, so you must stick around. Let's talk dollars. Lithium Americas needs a massive federal loan, about $2.3 billion, to build Thacker Pass. This mine is going to cost nearly $3 billion in total. The federal loan makes up a huge piece of that pie. The loan was originally signed off by the previous administration, but now the Trump team is putting the brakes on it. Why? Simple. They say lithium prices dropped hard because China is flooding the market. Officials are worried the company can't pay back that massive loan, so they want protection for American taxpayers. The message is clear: no more free money. If the government is backing your strategic project, we get a piece of the action. This is called a policy for equity deal. Washington wants up to 10% ownership slice. The company fought back quickly, offering the government no-cost warrants, basically free shares, giving Washington between 5 and 10% ownership to secure the funding. This kind of move is straight out of the new government playbook. We saw them pull this stunt earlier with Intel and with MP Materials, a rare earth miner. If Uncle Sam is giving out billions in taxpayer money for strategic assets, they want a seat at the table and a cut of the profits. This isn't just a business deal. It's a war over raw materials. Lithium is the new gold. It powers every EV and every modern battery. Right now, China controls the game. They refine more than 75% of the world's battery lithium. A reliance on them is a major national security threat. Here's the crazy part. The entire U.S. currently produces less than 5,000 tons of lithium annually. That is pathetic. Thacker Pass changes the entire map. The mine, located south of the Oregon border in Nevada, is expected to be the largest lithium source in the entire Western Hemisphere when it finally starts production around 2028. The first phase alone is projected to pump out 40,000 tons of battery lithium every single year. That's enough lithium to power 800,000 electric vehicles annually. It's been under construction for about a year already, with hundreds of contractors working at the site. But Washington isn't just squeezing Lithium Americas. They are dragging General Motors into the mess. GM is deep in this game. They already threw in $625 million, securing a massive 38% ownership slice of the project itself. Plus, GM locked down the exclusive right to buy all the lithium from Phase 1 for the next 20 years. But the White House is now demanding firm guarantees from GM that they will actually purchase the metal. They're also pressing GM to hand over some control of the project to the federal government as part of the renegotiation. GM needs this project built. They call the federal loan absolutely necessary to hit their battery production goals and build out their electric vehicle supply chain. Nevada's politicians, both Republicans and Democrats, are cheering this on because they see the mine as the single biggest opportunity to build a secure American lithium supply. Even the governor called the lithium industry a long-term economic salvation for the state. The stock spike, which shot up nearly 99%, shows that Wall Street sees government backing as a massive safety net, regardless of short-term lithium prices. This kind of official backing essentially tells the market this project will get built no matter what. This is why we are seeing high volatility. The surge was also fueled by short sellers who bet against the company, forcing them to panic and buy shares back fast just to cover their position. The push to secure ownership reflects Washington's commitment to building a domestic industrial chain and attracting manufacturing capital back to the United States. They view this direct stake as crucial for sectors tied to American competitiveness. The administration's strategic intervention here signals that the traditional rules of mining economics, where price volatility crushes marginal projects, no longer apply when national security is on the line. Cost becomes secondary when you're fighting for control of the future energy supply. This new blended approach, mixing private capital with direct government ownership, could become the standard template for how America finances its most critical mineral projects going forward. Now let's talk about the big risk I promised you. While the market is celebrating the government support, the reality of government ownership is complicated. The biggest threat to current investors is dilution. When the government takes up to 10% stake using no-cost warrants, it means existing shareholders own a slightly smaller slice of the pie without getting a clean cash payment in return. We don't know the final messy details of how this 10% stake will be structured yet. Lithium Americas has offered the shares, but the final deal terms are still being negotiated. Will this slow things down? This deal is about leveraging $2.3 billion in federal cash, and when the government starts demanding more control from the company and GM, negotiations get messy. If this process drags out too long, the timeline for the mine, which is targeting production in 2028, could slip. Remember, the government already built major safety triggers into the original loan agreement, allowing them to take control of the site if the project faces big delays or costs too much. This new equity stake just layers more complexity onto the financial picture. The ultimate question for your money is whether this chaos leads to guaranteed sales and faster construction thanks to firm government commitment, or if it results in months of bureaucratic nightmare that delay the critical cash infusion. This deal is not fully closed yet, so expect high volatility until they announce the formal, final terms. This entire situation proves one thing. We are now in a strategic materials race where national security matters more than normal business economics. This is the new age of American resource policy. Washington is officially a shareholder. Follow this channel for instant updates on the final terms of this massive deal. This move changes the entire landscape for the U.S. battery supply chain. Don't forget to like this video, hit subscribe for more fast, direct financial news, and ring that bell so you don't miss the next market explosion. See you next time.